Right. So your brother Tristan was in my DMs, like really sincerely trying to convince me that I had made a very grave error, a massive mistake as a result of having let my wife shoot with another man.
I think everyone thinks that. Like, who thinks? I mean, I know he said that that Tristan's making the case that he made a grave mistake, but I don't think there's been one positive spin on this situation. I don't think there's anyone that's been like, hey, bro, you really killed that. That was a sick idea. Like, good job, bro. Like, you really hammered that one out.
Myself personally, having been, a couple weeks removed from the actual incident happening, I don't really feel like I made a mistake. It feels
he can't even fucking acknowledge what it is. He called it the incident. It's like, I thought you said she's 32. This is her last hurrah to make some money. Fucking black guy, a big BBC on camera for money. Why is it now the incident? Why is it referred to the incident? If it was such a great thing and so wonderful, why are you referring to this as an incident? It's probably showing how he truly feels. I don't think I've never thought about something that was good in my life and I'm like, oh yeah, the incident.
like
This is Adin Ross introduces ADAM22 and Lena the Plug to Andrew Tate. Let's see how this goes. This is their most recent interview. Let's see if they talk about the whole situation with Andrew Tate. Let's check it out.
Lena, Adam, we can't hear you. Lena, this is my friend. I don't know if you've heard of him before. His name is Andrew Tate.
Never heard of him.
She knows.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, good.
Lena, I can see you have a black microphone in your face. It's very nice.
I'm not sure. See, that's what I'm saying. Like a dude like Adin Ross is just to go in and start talking shit. I mean, obviously they must have good banter. They're most likely friends that they're on this call together, this Zoom call, or I guess this is on Kick. But it's hella cringy. Like, I don't even know. Just look at the way Adam's looking at her. Like, yep, that's what I was expecting.
Does it remind you of anything?
Andrew?
We have to be very careful with this conversation, and I'm going to explain why.
Nice.
Let's start by setting some ground rules, because it's very nice to meet these two people, and I've never met them in real life, and I believe in being respectful to everybody. That's who I am as a person. I believe in treating everybody with respect, and even if we're going to have an interesting conversation, we're going to have disagreements in this debate, perhaps, that might evolve, I'm not going to sit here and insult anybody. That's not who I am. So I...
Nice. Good job, Andrew Tate, with the fucking top G fucking mode. Just letting Adin Ross know that he's just not going to be fucking shitting on this fucking lady.
Nope.
Let me tell you a secret.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Get unlimited downloads.
Okay,
of over
Envato?
11 million
I'm
creative
fucking
assets for
download that app
any
right
project.
now. I'm going to download it right now.
know what you're trying to make me do, Adin. You're trying to make me say something which could be deemed offensive, and that's not what I'm going to do.
I'm not.
Nice.
Okay? We're all individuals, and we can all make our own choices.
We have a lot more in common than we have separating us, because believe it or not, the Matrix has been out to get me too. So
Has it? Tell me how.
I mean, yes, but I feel like when Andrew Tate says the Matrix is coming after him, he's more talking about because he's, you know, telling men to, like, don't be a wimp, you know, start working out, better yourself, get more knowledge, get better at life. And so they don't like that. They're like, yo, don't fucking, you know, don't be a slave to the fucking, you know, corporate machine. You know, take my course, whatever it charges X amount of dollars. You can learn how to be a top G, you know? So if Andrew Tate Moore is telling men to be actual men, stand up for what they believe in, you know, take care of their wives, take care of their kids. And ADAM22, I wouldn't say that the Matrix is after him, but I feel like law enforcement, maybe. I feel like in that sense, yeah, they're after him, but it feels like when a story comes out that you were 23 and you were with a 16-year-old, that's not that's not the Matrix coming after you. You wrote a blog post about it, how you were seeing some chick in Canada and she was underage. So is that really the Matrix coming after you? Or are you telling people that you were a full grown adult traveling to a different country to meet with a minor? I'm not sure if that's the Matrix, but maybe he's talking about something else.
How?
Bro, they've been trying to cancel me for years. All kinds of made up sexual assault bullshit and everything under the sun.
Oh shit.
The same.
Yeah, see, I was like, what? That's not the Matrix. You're not telling God. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I've never heard that ADAM22 is the guy that's telling men to work harder, to fucking build businesses, to care about their family. It feels like everything ADAM22 does is to like decay society and not uplift anybody, but like in drama and beefs, and doesn't really help young men. Maybe helps young upcoming rappers, but not helping men in the general society. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Andrew Tate more is like, get your shit together, and ADAM22 is more of a, like, I don't know, more of like the bad parts of humanity. Like he's with a porn star. They do porn together. They interview drugged out SoundCloud rappers. He does porn, and then he accused of sexual assaults. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's really the same thing. Not for me, at least. Not what's going on with Andrew Tate and what's going on with ADAM22.
Exact playbook that they've been using to try to take you out the game. So you may disagree with some of our sexual proclivities, but believe me.
Yeah, he's not into little girls. I mean,
me and Andrew Tate, we're victims of the same struggle. Shout out to Tupac.
And I think once you get to a certain level of fame and influence, every single man's going to be hit with this. I mean, the reason Adin hasn't been hit by it is because it's just so unbelievable. Everyone knows Adin's fucking full of shit.
I literally have, though, bro. I got canceled like 30 times, bro. 30 times.
For hanging around with chicks? They said you like had sex with a girl or whatever. You got sexual assault.
No, nothing like that. Thank God I haven't had
exactly
that.
what I mean. Yeah, because everyone knows you're not getting laid, so that's fine.
Fuck. Oh shit, that's fucked up.
But when you're in actually high status,
as I'm in the midst of applying.
Ah, god damn it.
For residency right now.
Damn, he's trying to get them ad dollars. Fuck.
My application.
It's male.
What the fuck? Why you
that happens.
Whatever, bro. Cool.
And so it can't be true.
Say again, sorry.
I know girls who have fucked Adin, so I don't think that's totally true.
What? How do you know this?
I know all about you, Adin.
Tell me all about Adin.
Bro, hey, what is this, bro?
I know like 10 trans chicks that Adin fucked.
All right, see, now people are going to believe that shit. It's not true at all. Come on, bro. You know it's not true.
I wonder if they mean trans chicks like dude with dicks, or guys that cut their cocks off and now are walking around with like fake pussies, man-made pussies. Do they mean trans chicks like they don't got a dick no more, or he fucked a guy in the ass that had fake tits?
Adin?
Andrew, I swear to God, I've never fucked a trans girl before. All my life, I never.
That's good. That's good. Stick to that story, brother. People believe that.
Tell you all a story. When I was about 25, I was living in Thailand, and
I hope he's not about to tell us he fucked a tranny.
Must be the only man who lived in Thailand because I was fighting. So I lived there for 2 years. And I lived there, and I must be the only man who lived in Thailand. I've never paid for sex, never slept with a prostitute, none of the weird shit. So I'm living in Thailand, and I had this Russian.
That's good, dude. Fuck yeah. Never hooked up with a prostitute in Thailand. That is hard. That's tough.
Girlfriend, and then she went back.
That's tough, bro. There's a whole area where that's just in high demand. So it's crazy to think that you never once hooked up with a prostitute. But hey, power to you, brother.
To Russia, and I was a bit lonely, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try and get myself a new girlfriend. And by coincidence, the same day, I met this beautiful Swedish girl, and she was backpacking. And I met her, and I went up to her and started saying hello, blah, blah, blah. We agreed to go for a drink that night. After talking...
What's this meeting about? I am so confused. I thought they were going to talk about ADAM22's chicks fucking some other dude. That's what I thought they were going to talk about. I'm not too sure, but I thought so. and I thought he was gonna like seek the top G's advice. I thought Adam22 was gonna get the advice from the top G.
Talking to her, I was walking home, and as I was walking, this transsexual who must have been about 55, 56,
That is an old transsexual. Holy fuck.
had a couple teeth missing. Some man, clearly a man, I don't want to, misgender, clearly a man, but was a transsexual, was walking across the road from me, and he/she pointed at me and said, "Hey, I can tell by how you walk. You have a big dick."
What the fuck?
Nice. Classic. How much did you pay that person, Andrew Tate? How much did you pay him to say you got a big dick?
And I looked back at this transsexual and thought, well, I'll take the compliment. And I said, yes, that's true. Thank you very much. And I continued on my walk. That was the end of the story. Until 9 o'clock rolls around, I get on my motorcycle. I go down to this bar to meet this Swedish girl. I'm sitting there. I get drinks on the table. She turns up 20 minutes late. And I'm sitting there with the Swedish girl. And after an hour and a half of drinking and enjoying each other's company, I'd already kissed her twice. I was due to go back to her house because my house was a dump and she had more money than me. And we're going to go and stay at hers. When the transsexual walks in the bar, and in front of the entire bar, she walks in and points to me across the bar and goes, "Dick." And the entire bar stops.
What did
and
you
looks.
say?
What is the point of this story? What does this prove?
Big dick. She said big dick.
Did they come on this like Zoom call to just have Andrew Tate tell stories from Thailand? Like, what's the point of this? I thought they were going to talk about Lena, the plug, hooking up with the black dude and how Adam22 feels about it. I don't know. This is pretty strange.
The entire bar stops and looks at her, the old transsexual with missing teeth.
They told her, get the fuck out, bitch.
And then looks at me. And I tried to explain for the following 10 minutes to this Swedish girl that I've never slept with this person. I don't know why she says I have a big dick, and I've never been with her, and I don't know. And I just saw her on the street, and she didn't believe me. She went toilet and never returned. That's a story from when my lonely night in Thailand. That's true, and it completely happened.
You never give a ladyboy a shot?
I've never given a ladyboy a shot. No. Am I missing out, Adam?
I haven't done it either, but I went out to Thailand
Oh man, they're over here talking about fucking guys.
when I was like 19, 20, and
My accomplishments.
Fuck, they have a lot of commercials. It's been like 3 commercials.
I'm not going to be ignored, Dad.
the ladyboys are out there. And some of them, even back then, this was like 20 years ago, they were doing a pretty impressive ruse. Like they looked like more of a woman than a lot of women that I know. So, shout out to them.
I've seen a lady
Jack, give me
kick the
questions
fuck
to
out of a
ask.
dude. It was a really interesting sight. He was saying some shit to her, running his mouth, and she literally fought like a man and beat the shit out of him. And it was pretty interesting to see. Heels on and everything.
All right, can I just address the elephant in the room? Why is nobody talking? Yo, so Lena, you just finished. I heard the video's going crazy.
Oh, okay. So now I guess they're gonna get to the part where they're gonna talk about the sex tape with the black guy, Jason Love.
Pornhub, you guys crashed it.
It's on my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So, Adam, if you don't, oh, sorry, Andrew. What happened was this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you heard Andrew. They did a video. Basically, Adam and them, they're married. They've been married for a while. They have a beautiful family. And
They got a beautiful family. That's a good way to describe their situation.
And basically one day they decided to basically Adam said, hey, hun, you go ahead and get a BBC by this guy. So they had a big black cock insert her puss.
Wait, so I'm sorry. I thought, did I hear this story wrong? I thought Lena the Plug asked to have sex with another man. Adam22 was the one that told her to do it. That changes everything. That's very weird. That's more weird than I thought her trying to go get another man. That's much stranger.
And
Was not in the video.
and that's
True.
pretty much what happened. And thoughts, Andrew?
I would love for someone to ask me my thoughts on this situation. And good thing I got a podcast. No, I'm just kidding. And good thing I have a live stream where I get to talk about my opinion. If I was sitting down with them, I'd be like, why, bro? What was that about? Like, was it a money situation? Are you guys bored with sleeping with each other? What's the deal? Why did you want to do this? Was this necessary? I guess would be a good question. Did you have to do this? Are you on a short financial end? Like what was the plan here?
Well,
and did you expect everyone to talk shit about you? I'd be like, did you know everyone was gonna call you a fucking loser? Because if so, you probably would have rethought it.
I think I mentioned this on one of my previous podcasts. I said that I wouldn't personally do that,
bro.
But it's not my personal preference. But I want to make something clear. I'm really careful about what I say to people. I don't want to insult anybody. That's not who I am as a person. If that's their personal decision to make, then they can make their own personal decisions and do as they please. I'm not here to sit and say they shouldn't do it. All I can say is that I wouldn't personally do that. That's not something I would allow my woman to do. But perhaps I'm missing something. Maybe you can tell me why I'm wrong. I'm not sure.
Would you guys let your wife do that?
The thing that he's the most important piece of context.
I don't know. I feel like only in their specific situation does something like that even possibly work. I mean, but once again, like there's people like Destiny where him and his wife are in open relationships and she says it's so she can have sex with women, which I don't believe, honestly. And then Steven can have sex with men or women, I guess. I'm not sure. But I think there's very few times where if you are married, full on married, you should be dabbling in these types of situations. I feel like it doesn't work for most people. And mostly the woman's end. I know that's going to sound sexist, but I feel like a man can pretty good disconnect themselves from the like act of having sex with a different person that you're not married to. But I don't think that women can easily disconnect themselves from sex. And if they can, and she can just have sex with another random dude, I feel like there's bigger issues. But maybe, what do I know? Let's hear their response, I guess.
Text that is missing is the fact that we already had been doing porn for, I mean, maybe 5-6 years, or really.
Yeah, they've been doing porn, but weren't they like exclusively only doing with women?
Since the very beginning of our relationship. And, you know, she is 32.
Glide with Clorox eliminates food and bacteria odors. It goes all in on protection.
She is a...
Wait. What does her being 32 have to do with anything? It's like, and she's 32. Do I need to tell you what that means? Andrew Tate, she's 32, all right? The fuck?
Mother. Realistically, she's not going to be doing this forever. But we decided that it made a lot of sense for her to, you know, seize upon the moment, the fact that she's still got her youth about her. And
what is her having her youth? Why does she need to have sex with another man? Like, did they stop getting subscribers? You know what? Sometimes if all your subscribers are telling you you need to have sex with another man, will pay you extra, people want to like destroy anything they can. So if they believe that with monetary gain, they can force you to go against your moralities and you'll have sex with your other significant other, the person you're married to, they're just gonna fucking laugh. They'd rather spend those fucking $10, $15 or whatever to essentially make fun of. You became a butt of a joke for $10 extra from each one of your subscribers or whatever. And that video dropped 2 days ago. You can literally find it on the internet 2 days later for free. It just exists. That's the thing. It's like, if this was for monetary gain, this is the craziest reason.
Slurp up a black cock for the fucking...
I don't know if he's coping. It feels like this is like extreme levels of just like not want to fucking see the reality. I think he's just in some kind of delusional state, and he's like kind of self-deprecating, but it's just like, it's coming off as sad, not like, oh yeah, you don't give a fuck. It seems very depressing.
Paper, man.
He liked it. He liked watching the video.
Yeah, I was kind of turned on by it. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, look at him. He's just kind of like, he looks very defeated. And then that's not me looking into it, or maybe he always looks like that. I don't know him personally, but he looks like the things he's saying. It seems like he has to say it till he's putting on a brave face, almost like, yeah, nah, man, we had to seize the moment. Like, seize the moment. That's why you did all this. That's crazy.
So my question would be, sorry, one more time. Lena, right? Correct? Lena?
Lena, yes.
Lena, do you think that you have an emotional attachment to this man now, or like you literally wouldn't care what happened to him? Let's say, heaven forbid, something, I don't know, he got locked up and went to jail or something. Like, would you care, or would you literally have zero interest in him as an individual?
Feel for him as I would feel for like almost anyone I'd ever met who went to jail. But like, no offense, Jason, I see you as like a male sex doll. Like, you were just
no emotional attachment to him whatsoever?
No, this is where I have my emotional attachment.
Okay, well then, if you're capable of keeping that divide, then I'm not here to insult you. And the reason I don't insult people, I also want to make this very clear, is because
I'm kidding.
Maybe it's just the life I've lived.
Damn, Adin Ross really wants Andrew Tate to just shit on this chick.
But I think the internet has fucked the world up. And I think one of the ways it's messed the world up is everybody's 100%. Constantly running their mouths. And the world I'm from and the life I've lived, if you insult somebody, it's you have to be prepared to defend that opinion. And I know people who have run their mouths and end up getting shot for it. And I don't like to sit around and insult people unless I
big facts.
Have a genuine beef with them. So I'm not here to judge you or your life. I can just say that it's not something I would personally do. Well, if you feel like you have no emotional attachment to the guy, I think that's a good thing. I think your heart should be in one place.
Andrew, objectively, you could definitely beat the shit out of me. But one time I was hanging out with the UFC fighter, Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and he pulled up some old Andrew Tate kickboxing matches and was showing me them and did a pretty good job of making the point of this guy can't fight.
I'm not sure what ADAM22 is doing right now. What's the point of him being like, oh, you can't fight? Is he trying to piss off Andrew Tate? Like, be like, all right, bitch, fuck you. Like, you can't fight, so fuck it. I'm gonna talk shit. What's the angle here? Like, is he trying to? He's like, listen, my chick already got fucked by some big black dude. Now I'm gonna just shit on Andrew Tate and hopefully it all pans out.
Which I am not in a position to judge.
As a YouTuber,
goddamn
animator, 3D artist myself, I don't like to feel limited. So this is why.
But I have had that experience where a former UFC champion has basically told.
I don't think Cowboy Cerrone was ever a UFC champion. I don't know. Maybe interim, but I don't think Cowboy ever became a UFC champion.
Told me about what a bitch you are, which I don't agree with. I'm a fan of the top.
Why would you say that then? Hey, I heard you're a bitch. I don't think that, but I heard you're a bitch. It's like, what? That's weird.
G. I like everything that you're doing out here, but I think you and Donald Cerrone need to settle this in the square circle.
Well, that's the thing about fighting, right? The thing about fighting as a sport is that everybody who watches it goes, this guy can't fight, or everyone at home who's never even fought says this guy can't fight, or the other fighters say this guy can't fight, which is why as a fighter you constantly feel like you have something to prove. Even if you win 100 fights in a row, there's always going to be someone out there who says you can't fight. I'd like to think that my record stands for itself. I've had 88 fights. I've had a bunch of fights, a 4-time world champion. I fought a bunch of rules, including MMA, and I did my very best, and I won a bunch of titles and made some money and beat a bunch of people. And of course, there's always going to be someone who watches me and says I can fight. There's a bunch of videos that say I can, and there's the odd idiot who says I can't. But I'm very happy with who I am in my career and what I've achieved, and I'm very confident in my abilities. So it is what it is. And as for Cerrone, I've heard of him. Didn't McGregor finish him?
With shoulders to the nose.
Pretty quick.
Wait, Chad, is he a good fighter, yes or no?
Sure. But either way, we need to settle that score at some point. I just want to throw that out there. But
I don't know if we do. I don't know if I need, because this is something I want to make clear as well. I don't know if I need beef with people on the internet. I see a lot of this. I see a lot of people constantly beefing each other and all these arguments, etc. I don't need any of those things. I'm fighting against the judicial system. I'm fighting against the most powerful people in the world trying to silence me. I have enough battles in my life. I don't have time to be fucking tweet beefing with some dude.
I'm not sure what ADAM22 is doing here. Like, what's the point of I thought this was going to be a question and answer for Lena and Adam about how they feel about her getting dogged out by some other dude. It doesn't seem that way.
If he has a problem with me, he can come to my house. He knows where I am. Everyone knows where I am. Until then, I have no problems with anybody. So as for Cerrone, if he thinks I can't fight, then if he wants to tell me to my face and kick my ass, he's welcome to try. And I strongly believe he would regret that decision. And that's as far as I need to take it.
Right. So your brother Tristan was in my DMs, like really sincerely trying to convince me that I had made a very grave error, a massive mistake as a result of having let my wife shoot with another man.
I think everyone thinks that. Like, who thinks? I mean, I know he said that that Tristan's making the case that he made a grave mistake, but I don't think there's been one positive spin on this situation. I don't think there's anyone that's been like, "Hey, bro, you really killed that. That was a sick idea. Like, good job, bro. Like, you really hammered that one out."
Myself personally, having been, a couple weeks removed from the actual incident happening, I don't really feel like I made a mistake. It feels
he can't even fucking acknowledge what it is. He called it the incident. It's like, I thought you said she's 32. This is her last hurrah to make some money. Fucking black guy, a big BBC on camera for money. Why is it now the incident? Why is it referred to the incident? If it was such a great thing and so wonderful, why are you referring to this as an incident? It's probably showing how he truly feels. I don't think I've never thought about something that was good in my life and I'm like, oh yeah, the incident.
It was like some pretty regular porn
WT
shit.
in the chat, man.
I was a little bit jealous at first. It's kind of a weird feeling knowing that your woman was in the arms of another man.
Okay, this is what I'm confused about. When Adin kicked off this stream, he said, here's ADAM22. He's the guy that told his lady she was going to get dogged out by some black guy. But now he's saying he was pretty jealous. So how do you come up with an idea to have your lady have sex with another dude and then say, oh, I was jealous in the beginning? So either one of those things has to be a lie. Either you weren't jealous and you don't care about your wife, which is fine. You don't care if she sleeps with other people. That doesn't matter. Or it wasn't your idea and you were jealous. Both those statements can be true and exist at the same time.
Even if it was only for a few hours. But it's interesting. You don't seem like you have as much of a real like moral issue with the act itself.
Well, I can give you my opinion on why I wouldn't ever do it. And I think the reason I wouldn't ever do it is because I believe that a man and a woman have a connection between them. And I think that connection is solidified by sexual exclusivity from the female's part. And I believe there's an energy cord between. And I think that once that's broken with another man, I do believe there's a degree of the connection which is damaged. And I think that when the relationship is good, perhaps you will not feel it. But when the relationship is bad or when arguments start to happen or you start to get on each other's nerves.
That's the thing. See there, he's right. Once you start fighting, once it starts becoming bickering or arguing, all that shit's going to come out. He's going to be like, well, you fucked that fucking black dude. And that's why we've been fighting for the last months. I don't think their marriage lasts long.
You might notice a slight difference in behavior.
Do not go to fabletters.com. Do not take our historically low offer. 2 for 24 shorts, 1 for $24.
Because I do also think that once the seal has been broken, I'll give you an example. The 4-minute mile was impossible to achieve, they believed, until one man ran the 4-minute mile, and then a bunch of people ran the 4-minute mile. So once the seal's been broken, for example, let's say your wife's sleeping with another man, the idea of sleeping with another man is not as intimidating as it once was. And perhaps the idea of sitting through an argument or sitting through a rough patch in a relationship and continuing to try to work it out as opposed to just jumping on a new man, it might be less appealing than it once was previously. So I believe, personally, if my woman had already slept with another man, she's more likely to just give up on the relationship and sleep with another man again in a rough patch. That's my personal view.
See, that's just that's like easy logic. It kind of, I don't know. It's crazy.
Chat. No.
Say again?
Why would I mean, I've never cheated on you, like even in the lowest terms of cheating, like responding to a DM from somebody or anything. Like I've never done any of that. Everything in our relationship has been out in the open. Like all my messages with the person that I worked with, I was like, hey, just so you know, like these are the messages. And like Adam has fucked about 200 women in front of me. and he cheated on me. So like,
damn. Okay. And he cheated. So that's the thing. It's like, is this, I cheated on you. I've been with this many women. So now you get to sleep with this man. Like, that's the thing. It's going to become well, you did this, I did that, I'm going to do this. It's going to become a tit for tat situation until the very end. And this will have an end. I mean, I can't imagine this goes on for a long time. It just can't be healthy. It can't be good for either one of them.
Like, you know.
Adam, that's terrible.
We all got our issues. Hey, let me just tell you, about a half hour ago, I was laying.
What announcement, brother? What's going on, Strickland? What up, Strickland's burner? What announcement you talking about, man? Hit me with it. Hit me with the announcement.
On the floor in the adjacent office.
Man, this shit is crazy. I don't know if you've been watching this whole ADAM22 Lena the Plug whole thing just unfold, but damn, it's been some crazy shit. Costa shot Islam. I saw the Costa Hamzat and Islam. I didn't see, the only one I didn't see was Islam Charles too. I thought Islam was campaigning for a shot at the 170-pound belt. I thought he was posturing to get a belt, a shot at that at welterweight in Abu Dhabi. Am I wrong about that? But I thought I had seen Islam campaigning. But I mean, I'm excited for Costa Hamzat. I mean, that should be good. I don't know who would win. I don't know if he's going to be able to lift up Hamzat like he did Kevin Holland. Oh, okay. Oh man, there's going to be some. What fight card is that? For what card is that?
With a large Italian.
I usually do all my MMA stuff on Mondays and stuff. So I usually will be picking up on what's going on throughout the week. But man, if that's all on one card, that shit is gonna smack. That's for sure. They for sure wanted Islam and Chimaev on the same card, though. Hopefully they are. I mean, they're on the same. They're both Muslims, right? Or is that not? Is Hamzat not a Muslim?
Italian ass shaking on top of my face. She does this thing called Brazilian face sitting.
He almost died.
It's going to appear on onlyplugtalk.com, which is our weekly podcast where we interview and then fuck a different girl every single week. And this girl was really cutting off my ability to breathe. And when I would grab her.
Wait, what happened? Oh, why are you throwing up the deuces, brother? You don't have to leave. Bro, I'm literally reacting to one person watching. Oh, no, man. What's wrong with that? You guys can... I'm down to chat with you guys. Wait, why? Sorry, we can talk about whatever. I was just watching this interview. I was interested. Oh, both of them bailed. Did they both leave? That sucks. No, we can talk about whatever, man. I mean, alrighty. They both left.
Her ass and try to move her ass off of my face. She would grab my hands and hold on to them so that I wasn't able to escape. And Lena was involved. She was giving me head during all this. And so I don't know. Like, do you feel like that affects our connection at all? Because I can, after having you shot with this guy, I can kind of understand why that shit doesn't matter to you, because
it is pretty crazy entertaining. What do you think, bro? Like, I don't know. I haven't heard them come up with a good reason onto why she had to sleep with another guy. No, yeah. I don't know. This is nuts. Like, why? They keep making it seem like it was the money, but feels like they have a lot of money. Like, there's no reason. You watched the part where Jake Paul and Tate were talking. Now I was just doing a full ADAM22, the problem, post cuck, to see if he was coping well, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like, I don't know. He's kind of talking really delusional.
You and the other guy, it don't really matter to me at this point.
Johnson, you're fired.
Goddamn fucking commercials.
It's not you. It's your shirt. But it's casual.
Yeah, he's down bad. Yeah. Fuck yeah, brother. He's down bad. That's for sure.
I think my personal view is that it's very different for a woman than it is for a man. And I think that, and I hope I'm wrong, if your relationship reaches a rough patch, perhaps the idea of being with another man will be more tempting than it once previously was because the seal's already been broken. That's my personal view. I don't, with all due respect, care what you want to do with your own relationship. If it makes you happy, it should make you happy, and that's fine.
Like, did they come to Andrew Tate to be like, give us your opinion on whether we should be having sex with other men? It just seems weird. It's like, hey, let's talk to Andrew Tate about it. Or was this just a way to get as many views as possible? Like Adin Ross. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's got 2 million views in one day. So yeah, I mean, that goal was accomplished. You know, some people see Adin Ross, ADAM22, Lena the Plug, and Andrew Tate. They're like, this is going to be a fucking awesome conversation. And it really hasn't been. I mean, I feel like Andrew Tate's really like let his foot off the gas of how we used to talk for whatever reason. I'm not sure if he thinks that's a smart choice or he's just like, maybe I should just cool it until, you know, all this shit goes down. But he was very witty and insightful for very long and just like said ruthless shit. And everybody else here is just like hearing him tell stories. It's very strange.
And it's your decision to make. It's not my.
5 million, my girl ain't fucking other dudes, no matter how many friends she brings. Yeah, that's true. It's like, hey, I let you hook up with 20, 40 chicks. It's like, yeah, thanks. It's like, I should be with another man. It's like, what? Why?
My decision to make. I'm just telling you that I wouldn't do it. I can give you admiration for a degree to how well you've dealt with the pressure, I guess, or the hate or the backlash. I mean, you've handled it pretty well, which I guess is good. Not a lot of people can do that. So I have to give you some degree of respect for that. But I guess you expected all that before you made the decision to do it, right?
Yeah, I did. And I mean, I've caught a lot of flack because when you first commented on me on the Tucker Carlson show, I left an Instagram comment that said, if he's the top G, I want to be the bottom G.
Nice.
So I do want to extend an invite that if you were ever interested in doing your first ever double penetration scene, that me and Lena, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like,
yo, dude,
would he be a suitable candidate?
Can
I tap him in?
I don't know. No. He looks built.
Can I feel?
Okay, so he must not have full control of what she does then. Because he's just like, oh, let's do an Andrew Tate DP. And she's like, nah.
Real quick, Andrew, you know,
you're out. Aiden, we canceled you. You're not in this conversation anymore.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Andrew. Would you, Andrew, would you double penetrate her, bro? Would you do that, Andrew? Go ahead. Finish the answer question.
Why is Adin Ross so pissed?
Together, is that chill?
There's absolutely 0% chance of that happening. And it's not because Lena is particularly unattractive. It's because she's married to Adam, and I have no interest in degenerate, pointless sex, and I have no interest in making a spectacle of myself or even just involving myself in anything which I deem to be overall haram.
Yeah, it seems that way. He's like selling his chick. I guess he's like, hey, you want to fuck? It's very nice, I guess. It's admirable, I guess, in his weird way. It's like, hey, bro, you seem like a real chill dude. You want to fuck my chick? It's like, nah, man, I'm good. And it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. It's like, I don't know. But once again, he could be trolling. I don't know.
And pointless. It's just not something I'd be interested in. There's not a single amount of money on the planet you could pay me to undertake. So
shout out to all who's not doing double penetration, because I respect you all so much.
Glad Force Flex Max Strength trash bags are 25% more durable.
I'm with Andrew, by the way. I couldn't get.
Yeah, he's looking like a mad clown, dude. Honestly, like super clown. Like, hey, bro, you want to DP with my chick? Nah. Oh, okay, cool. It's like, I'm not sure if you're trying to salvage this or trying to act like you didn't care that your chick got fucking smashed by some other dude, but I don't know.
Paid any amount of money to fuck. No offense. Adam, respect to you. Degenerate sex, I'm not with that. No amount of money.
Yeah, you make $40 a month sitting on your ass. So, and that's from one sponsor, I think, right? So,
stop exposing him.
No, I mean, I read it online.
But yeah, I'm with Andrew on that one. Andrew,
so do you two think you're going to stay together forever?
I mean, if Adam cheats on me again, maybe not. But
I'm not a cheater anymore. I left that in the past.
That was not like
If you get a divorce, don't you think people are going to attribute it to this event?
I always think that we're going to be together forever. I mean, we didn't get married a long time ago. We just got married, but it is unfortunate that
they waited so long to get married. They waited a long time to get married, then got married, then was like, all right, now I'm going to sleep with another guy. It's like, why? You should have just postponed getting married and just slept with another guy and done the whole thing. I think it looks so much worse, the fact that you guys are that they're married and then decided to do it. It's like a weird timeline.
If like in 10 years we break up because like, let's say he cheated on me, everyone's going to blame it on the fact that I fucked Jason in July of 2023.
Yeah, 100%. No matter what, this is going to be the reason why they break. If they do break up, they're going to blame this.
No one's going to think about anything else.
Nobody's going to be thinking about the fact that we did this in 10 years, which when you're in the middle of the storm and everybody's freaking out on you every day, it's kind of easy to feel.
I don't think you're not in a storm. You're like making yourself look like a clown. It's not really, if it's a storm, it's a storm you created. This 100%. How did I don't understand how they expected people to react from them doing this. Like, did they think that society at mass had degenerated to such a level to where they're like, hey, my wife's gonna fuck some other dude on camera and everyone's gonna be like, hell yeah, brother, that's what the fuck you want to be doing. Yeah, you want to get your lady fucked by some other dude? Hell yeah. Like, what did they expect? To be like, oh man, we're in the middle of a storm. You chose to be out on the ocean when it was raining. No one forced you.
Feel like, oh, this is going to define my life going forward. Now, that may be true to some extent because this has been such a thing.
But like, nonstop, this guy must get cuck meme sent to him by, like, kids. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
But I don't really think that it's that likely to follow us 10 years into the future. I don't know.
My hope is to be with Adam forever.
Like, that's good hopes, but, like, you're, like, I guess if two people just want to be laughing stocks and just be made fun of and trolled, like, I guess good. But I can't imagine, like, if we could have a solo, like, conversation with Adam, if they could have a solo conversation where it wasn't recorded, I'm pretty sure he'd be like, you know what? I don't think that was that cool.
That is what I want.
And again, last thing I want to say is this. Well, not last thing, but I think I asked this, but wait, so Lena, which sex was better? Because you haven't had it.
Fuck. That's the worst.
You and Adam, sorry, Jason was the first dick you had, right?
You know what? Let me say something.
The voice of reason, Andrew Tate.
I find this very uncomfortable to talk about. There's not many things I find uncomfortable, but I just find this uncomfortable to talk about. And the reason is not because, I mean, I'm an adult. I know what sex is. Of course, I've lived a very varied life. I just feel like, I don't know. We have so many people watching us and we're just talking about dick and vagina. Don't you think this is below us? I don't know. We're all
not below them. They host a fucking podcast where they fuck girls. I mean, this is right up their alley.
Pretty intelligent people. We talk about the Matrix and how they're trying to dumb us all down and trying to control all.
Like, I don't know.
This is how I use Inverter Elements to impress my clients and take my video projects from ordinary to extraordinary. Hello, Con speaking. Graphic.
Like, I'm never like, oh, you know who's a super probably smart chick? A chick that does porn for a living. Like, just because you generate a lot of revenue doesn't make you intelligent.
And this base instinct talk, I find it very uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable being on this stream. If I was sitting with a woman next to me, the last thing I would talk about is our personal life. I just don't think it's the smart thing to do. And I don't think that it is. I don't have any interest in the personal sex life of any married couple, and I don't want to hear about it, and I don't want to talk about it. And I just find it very uncomfortable. I'm extremely uncomfortable in this situation. That's the truth. And I'm not saying that from a position of weakness. I'm saying it from a position of strength. I don't like talking about these things. I don't like talking about women getting fucked. I don't like talking about what I do with women. I don't like talking about any of it. I think that what I do in the bedroom with a woman who I care about should be, to a degree, private. Sacred. Private, yeah. And I think it should be completely private. Absolutely. And I don't want to hear about anyone else fucking. I want to make some.
Is ADAM22's mic mute?
Something clear to the I don't watch porn. I've never bought an OnlyFans. I've never paid for sex. My relationship with sex involves love, and I don't think it should happen outside of love. And I think that's the way that sex should operate. And I think that when you decide, and once again, I could be wrong, when you decide to keep sex exclusively for love, there's something beautiful and special about it. And if you decide not to do that, then you keep chasing.
I feel like they thought he was going to be a lot more, I don't know, like at least shit on them. I'm not sure what he thought.
A new high. And you can have three.
But this has been a super moderate conversation.
Threesomes and fuck a bunch
about like some like crazy shit.
Girls, and I'm not saying I haven't done it, but eventually you're constantly just chasing a new high and you end up just doing something weird. Whereas if you just say, I only have sex with girls I love, then it's always special and it's always pretty sacred. And you get to just enjoy it that way. And beautiful children are birthed and life goes on.
If, in maybe like the last 5 years of our relationship, I can really only think of maybe like 1 or 2 times that we've had sex with a girl off camera. For the most part, we are monogamous. We just fuck around on camera. And I think if anything, our realization is that the world is so extremely fascinated by a couple like us who are open-minded sexually, because there's a lot of conversations about.
I don't think he's that open-minded sexually, because it's only him sleeping with other chicks and her. You know, the second it seemed like a dude came up, he said he was very jealous or felt uncomfortable.
Polyamorous relationships. And, you know, in our case, I do think it's kind of disingenuous for everybody to act like we're in this crazy poly relationship when we actually are monogamous, besides on camera. But I mean, for us, it's really like a porn thing. You know, she shot this scene with this dude. As much as she may have enjoyed it or not enjoyed it, it was a money decision. It was like, oh, this is gonna be.
So, okay, this was all about money. Now they've finally admitted it. I don't think they generated that much money from
a big move.
Like, I don't think it was that big of a money grab.
Move for my career and for our family.
Like, this was a better move for your career and your family, which sounds like the craziest fucking statement. Like, my chick had to get fucked by some other fucking dude for how much more money? Like, how big of a, like, is this gonna change your life? Is this life-changing money? Her now sleeping with this other man now change. How much in demand was it for her to sleep with another man to where now their lives, they're set, they're smooth sailing?
Family, we're going to be able to retire off of this.
This is what's going to, not the 200 people they did on their live. They have a like a OnlyFans podcast, right? Where they sleep with dozens of women. This one, I feel like that's a lie. That can't be true. This one sex scene is now, they're set for life. I feel like Andrew Tate knows that's a lie. Maybe he won't acknowledge it. We'll see.
This money. So that was the reason for it. Not like, oh, I'm just dying to have another dick in my mouth.
I understand. And I'm not a saint. I'm not saying sitting here trying to say I'm a saint. I'm not trying to talk from a position of authority, but I have, perhaps, maybe it's my fight career, which Cerrone doesn't respect, or maybe it's something else, but I think that you can achieve a lot of happiness in life through actually reducing your exposure to certain things. I'll give you an example. I'm not particularly a foodie, but I will only eat once a day. Sometimes I don't eat for 2 or 3 days at a time, and that's the reason I love a steak. So right now I have unlimited sexual options because I am the top G and I'm the most famous man on the planet, and thousands of women a week are constantly trying to throw themselves at me. And the reason I reject them all is because
Dunkin' Salted Caramel Cold Brew. Sweet and creamy. And topped with a burnt sugar.
Because I don't think I would enjoy sex as a whole if I slept with all these women. The reason I enjoy sex is because I say no to everybody and say no to everything. And by reducing my exposure to something, that's how I still find it interesting, and that's how I still enjoy it. So I know what you're saying. I'm just talking from my personal experience. I try very hard to not give in to any temptations and try to avoid them. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but by doing that, I find satisfaction in the world. So if I feel like fucking, I quite often don't fuck.
A corollary to that is that we were just on, we were all over Italy and Spain and France on our honeymoon, and we were eating in 5-star restaurants every single day, the best food that's out there. And by the end of it, I didn't give a fuck at all about what I was eating. And now that I'm back home and I'm, eating on a pretty strict diet and exercising and everything like that, you could go get me a McDonald's fucking Big Mac and I'm going to be on cloud 9 because it's just so much more potent than the stuff that I'm eating on a day-to-day basis. So I would say that.
Wait, he's saying a Big Mac is better?
In the sense that there are a lot of guys out there who think that the key to happiness is just sleeping with as many women as possible. From my perspective, I'm infinitely more happy just being in a nice, solid relationship where I can really trust my partner, as opposed to the way I was, Andrew, before I got into this relationship with her, I was in the streets.
I saved you.
I was bad. I was fucking like 5, 6, 7 girls a week, new girls. It was disgusting. Doing cocaine, drinking to an absurd degree, popping Xanax, snorting perks.
Fuck drugs. Fuck drugs. Fuck drugs.
Okay. That's a good way to wrap this fucking conversation up, I guess.
And yeah, I was drinking lean like Adin Ross, and now I'm much
insane.
happy.
Bro, I'm sitting here like it's crazy. All right.
Well, I agree, and I just want to say that before you guys leave, I agree. I just want to say that I wish you absolutely the best. I wish the best for everybody on the planet, and I have nothing against you, and I'm glad that you are happy with your decision. I hope it works out fantastically for you, and I hope you stay together forever and you raise your children, because that's a beautiful thing, and that's what the world needs more of. So I wish you the absolute best. I think a lot of people...
I'm going to keep it 100,000. That was the most fucking boringest conversation. These conversations just keep being bigger and bigger letdowns, like 100%. So far, every reaction I've done, besides the ones involving MMA, have been straight trash, if I'm being honest. That was like pop culture right there. And it was just, I'm not sure if Andrew Tate is switching up his style because of everything that's going on, but it felt like he was supposed to be carrying that conversation. And these are the people that get millions of views every day. I don't see it. But maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Comment in, chat in. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't get it. But that's it for tonight. Cutting it a little bit short. I have a couple things I need to edit for tomorrow, get things ready. So I'll be coming live again tomorrow night, 7 to 10. I'm going to go a little bit longer tomorrow and see what we can pull up as far as different topics. And yeah, that's it. All right, later.